Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chris Cooper, known as the Channel Guy Trader, and I'm reporting to you live from Wall Street Trading's Miami office down in sunny South Florida. Today's date is Wednesday, July the 17th, 2013, and here is today's midday market update brought to you by wallstreettrading.com. I want to first start off by taking a look to see how the indices are trading for the session so far. The Dow's up 1230. The Nasdaq is up 13 and a half points. The Russell 2000 is up close to 5 points, and the S&P is up 5.5. Bonds, TLTs up 23 cents. Taking a look at the commodities were slightly positive in the morning here, but they turned negative after the Ben Bernanke comments. SLV down 63 cents, JJC Copper down 79 cents, GDX Gold Miners down 68 cents, GLD Gold down $1.71. USO still hanging in there though. Crude oil is up 13 cents via this USO ETF. Some weak sectors out there are the gold miners. Change from open, they're at the bottom of the list. Same thing for retail and coal stocks. They are also at the bottom of the list from the change from open. Percentage-wise, at the top of the list, percentage-wise, from change from open, we're taking a look at the financials. It looks like the financials have come off of their have rallied from their opening prices. They're at the top of the list. Biotechs are at the top of the list from change from open, along with the XLE, the energy stocks. So there's definitely some decent action out there. We'll take a look at a couple of stocks that we've been tracking and trading this morning. Want to first off by taking a look at the closing prices dot system that we use over here at Wall Street Trading while using the chat room. If you've not been to our chat room yet, it is mywallstreettv.com. You want to make sure you go to check it out. We have a lot of great calls out intraday, and if you're looking for a little bit more, a little bit more of a community to call out some nice momentum trades and some other trades as well, scalp trades, etc., you want to come check that out. You can register by going to our site, wallstreettrading.com, and clicking and filling out the form on the right-hand side of the home page. Or you can contact me at ccooper at wallstreettrading.com, and I'll give you the details to log in. Aside from that, the ES, which we've been highlighting in our room, is pretty much just trading sideways between this 1678 and 1674 area. Take a look at the NASDAQ. Closing prices, 5-minute chart. You can see it's been in an uptrend since 5:30 this morning. All right, and then it came in here in the morning. We traded sideways a bit. They did a little shakeout of the bottom range, trapped some shorts, and now we're back near the highs. Taking a look at the Dow. The Dow's here at 15,405. Dow's been putting a nice little downtrend in, lower lows. So this one's been a little bit weaker, the Dow, putting in lower lows, lower highs. And then we have the Russell 2000, which started strong out the gate, was on the highs, was showing relative strength this morning, and now it's back. Now it's back underneath the opening price here. But you can see it had a nice little powerful, nice little rally move there. Then it's making this little lower high. So let's jump into the charts here. I want to start by taking a look at the ES. Again, starting off with this 30-minute chart you see here on the left-hand side. 1 second. 30-minute chart of the ES here. You can see we had a nice little rally from this morning from 1666 all the way to a high of 1680 or so. We pulled right back in now. We're still above these rising moving averages on the 30-minute chart. This was a little breakout right here from the little triangle. All right, and we popped up, and now we're just pulling back, and they bought that little pullback right there. I mean, I'm a big fan of being long the market as long as we stay above 1672. All right, we stated that this morning in our chat room, and we posted all the levels to watch in the room that we're watching today in the room on our Facebook page, Wall Street Trading. Make sure you go follow our company page on Facebook. We post a lot of live trades there before they happen, a lot of intraday action showing our entries, our exits, and everything. A whole bunch of good stuff, guys. 15-minute chart on the ES, you can see here, real sloppy. I mean, a lot of charts, a lot of stocks, are not trading that clean today. But at the same time, they are giving you some opportunities. For example, Bank of America was chopping around a bit before it actually broke out. Qualcomm did a little shake and bake action before it actually broke out, which we're in that name right now from 62.14 and 62.22. We'll talk about that trade here shortly. But let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. You see the same thing here. Range-bound action. What happens on range-bound days? You want to make sure you're not buying breakouts or you're not shorting breakdowns, because what could happen is that if you try to short a stock when the market's down here, look, it's going to break down the bottom of the range. They do a little shakeout, shake you into the short. The stock that you're trying to short may come in a little bit, then it will pop right back up, and you're like, what happened? Well, guys, we're in a range-bound environment. When you're in a range-bound environment, you want to be careful shorting breakdowns and buying breakouts. Kind of really want to gauge them a little bit better and see if they're showing relative strength to the market when the market's at the top of the range, or if they're showing relative weakness to the market when the market's at the bottom of the range, vice versa, something like that. From the closing prices, you can see same thing here. Closing prices, nothing too crazy. No big trend aside from this range bound action. All right. Enough of the range bound talk. Let's take a look at a couple of stocks that we're watching today. All right, that we were tracking this morning. All right, a couple of stocks that we were tracking this morning. Starting off with, all right, we traded some Qualcomm. This trade, the trade that's working out so far right now. Let's see here. I'll show you guys some of our fusion charts here real quick. It's a 1 minute chart. Start off with Qualcomm. Qualcomm looked like it was going to break out of this little range right here. Got involved in it, and we got stopped out down here. And then after this little shakeout below this little base right here, we got back involved in the name right here because I said, you know what, this did a little shakeout, nice little high base pivot low right there. This was just a little shakeout that the market makers did, or whoever, big money, I like to call it, did. And then we were able to get back involved right here at 62.30 over the 62.27 break, and now we're still in it. Sold a little piece right up there, but now we're still in it. And now we can move our stop underneath this little pivot right here around 42. But this is a name that they've been talking about on the news today. We didn't play it because they were talking about it on the news today, but we played it because yesterday it showed relative strength. And since we track a lot of relative strength stocks intraday, as you should as well, we took a look at it today and recognized that it was on a lot of traders' screens today, and we were able to capitalize on it. So Qualcomm looks pretty good. Again, the target we have on Qualcomm is, if it continues to move higher, is up towards the 62.90 level. All right, that comes from this little resistance. That comes from this little resistance high on the 60-minute chart. That's right up here, folks. All right, 62.90. All right, 15-minute chart looks pretty good, still trending up, and then the 5-minute chart again is looking pretty good. Bank of America, this one was a little bit of a tough one. This one was chopping up a little bit before it broke out today. I mean, in all reality, if you'd have just went long and put a stop underneath 14, which was a key level for the daily chart, or underneath the previous day's highs, you would have been fine. I was trying to be a little bit too active with this one, and I ended up, taking out a small loss on it because I didn't leave my stop in. But either way, some traders were on the desk were able to stick with it. It looks like once it started holding above these 14.15s, that's when it really started picking up that momentum. We were trying to trade it back in here when it was just doing this little chop action. So we stopped watching it, and now it's breaking out. But still looking pretty good. 14.30 is the actual target on it for resistance. That's where it just got rejected at right now. Keep an eye on the banks. They're still looking. Bank of America is still looking pretty good. Could pull back a bit in the afternoon and then give us another entry for another nice little small trade in that one. Even though again, it's already up 2.5%. I'm not sure if it has much more room to run. All right. Let's see here. BK was one stock that we were watching this morning. This one has a nice little breakout on the daily. It gapped up a little bit this morning, and they sold it off. Actually, it gapped up $1, and they sold it off. They've been fading that stock, and that's not good because it had a breakout on the daily, and now it looks like, of course, it's not going to be able to hold that breakout that it had on the daily chart. But that one's fading right now. We try to get long this one a little bit in the morning on this little breakout of this little tight pattern that was trying to form right here. But then it failed up the breakout, came back because we just took out a small stop. Not a big loss there. Aside from that, folks, that's about it. Hope you guys are having a great day. What else is in play? Cena's trading pretty strong today. Goldman Sachs made a nice move from the opening price. Some of the solars are getting some profit taking in them. The gold miners are in play a bit. There's a couple things out there, guys. Just got to find the sectors and the right names. All right, folks. Have a great day. Catch you guys for the After the Bell market summary video. Cheers.